Váš král se vrátil z epického questu, z adventury, která překonala jakékoliv očekávání. Jsem se vrátil živ a zdrav. Jsem tu, abych vám přinesl více kontentu. Více Saber, více Fateu. Ať naše cesta vede až k Avalonu. Ať žije král Artuš Pendragon. A jdeme do toho. OK, muzika over. Fate Stay Night Remastered. Nesmím hlavně zapnout Fate Extelu. To by bylo epic. OK, game capture. Jdeme na to, kurva. OK, kde jsme to minule skončili? Už to nějaká chvíle, co jsme se hrál. OK, máme 1. únor. OK, ne, mi píše. To bude asi Alien Earth. I awake to darkness. I guess I'm not much for dreaming, unless something big happens. I always have the same dream anyway. Já si zapnu, vole, Discord, ať ví, že hraju. Ty píčo. Yeah. OK. Je čas být seriózní. I always envision a sword. Doufám, že jsem nic neskyp... Co jsem kurva udělal? What the fuck? Ne. Jak si kouknu na... Backlog. Jo, dobrý. I have no idea why, but that's the only thing that pops into my head. There's no rhyme or reason to it. Perhaps this is what defines me as, well, me. As Shiro Emiya. I don't have any dreams of my own. The only things on my mind while I sleep are what others taught me long ago. For example, on how to be a mage. Even if I'm not a full-fledged mage, it's only natural for a mage to be aware of the world they're in. Put simply, a mage is an irregular, an outcast from society. But even outcasts need to band together to survive. My old man told me there is a society of mages called a Mages Association. Jo, dobrý, jedeme dobrý, nic, He also told me that I shouldn't ever get involved with them. The Mages Association is said to conceal the existence of magecraft and manage mages. The Mages Association watches over mages and makes sure that magecraft doesn't affect society. But the strange thing is that they don't really prohibit mages from abusing magecraft either. According to Kiritsugu, the Mages Association is only interested in concealing mystics. Even if, say, a mage carried out an experiment that sacrificed, let's say, a lot of citizens, the association wouldn't punish them. Their priorities are expressly in preventing the public from becoming aware of magecraft, which does not mean magecraft is completely banned. Honestly, Anything goes as long as the truth doesn't come out. At least that seems to be how that insane bunch conducts themselves. Whatever it is, the Mages Association's surveillance is absolute. Typical magecraft research sacrifices the lives of ordinary humans, which in turn risks revealing the existence of magecraft to the world. As such, the Mages Association doesn't permit research that would harm society. Ultimately, mages conduct their research in the privacy of their homes while the world is none the wiser. So, mages sometimes go into hiding to escape the association's scrutiny and oversight. So there may be some mages living in this town and I just don't know it. I also hear Faugne is a spiritual hotspot of sorts. That probably means that there's some prestigious mage with a storied history living here. They're called second owners, elite mages the association entrusts to watch over territory. Other mages who live in the same area must visit these second-hand owners first to get permission to build their workshops. My old man was an outlaw who cut ties with the association and moved here without the consent of Faugne's second owner. So, in a way, our family is a bunch of trespassers living in a house without permission from the landlord. Which means the second owner doesn't know that Kiritsugu Emiya was a mage. So, I tend to feel like our family status as mages is kind of unclear. But then my old man, the bona fide mage, died. And even though I'm his disciple and son, I don't know a thing about the Mages Association. I have no real knowledge about being a mage. I have a feeling the association would want to dispose of someone like me, but they haven't made any sort of move. Apparently, the Mages Association doesn't have many eyes in Japan, so that's probably why I haven't been found yet. Phew. But that doesn't mean I can let my guard down. The eyes of the Mages Association are said to be everywhere. And if someone commits a crime using magecraft, the church's heretic hunters will make their move. Using magecraft, however half-assed you may be about it, makes you enemies. So with all that in mind, I honestly just want to study being a mage on my own. Okay, nice explanation. I wake up as the sunlight starts to pour in through the window. Looks like the sun's just now coming up. It's still dark out. It's cold. Waking up in the morning is getting tough. I get up, trying not to let the morning cold discourage me, and quickly fold up my futon. It's 5:30. I've always been an early riser, no matter how late I go to bed. I might mess up once in a while, like yesterday, but that's rare. Okay, breakfast. I let Sakura do all the work yesterday, so it would look kind of bad if I didn't return the favor this morning. I should hurry up and finish making breakfast before Sakura comes. Let's go, breakfast! Woo! I cook rice and make miso soup. Yesterday the soup had daikon, radish and carrots, so I'm making onion and potato miso soup today. I make the egg omelette and use the leftover konnyaku. Konnyaku? Whoa! To simmer it with burrito flakes. I make incisions into the sory fish, which will be the main dish, and sprinkle it with a little salt. All I have to do is to broil it, but that can wait until the last minute. Okay, that'll do it. It's almost 6. I finished earlier than expected, so I have some time on my hands. So, what should I do with this extra time? Oh, já jsem se, že to jsem jako možnost. No? Okay. I guess, asi nic. Guess I'll work up a quick sweat if I have so much time. Morning exercise is my daily routine, so I might as well do some light workouts. There's a respectable dojo built in the Emiya house. It was added as a sort of an afterthought when the house was constructed, which is why this dojo wasn't built for a specific purpose. Well, Fujine uses it on a whim sometimes. Fujine apparently used this place as a playground even before I came to this house. But then I became Kiritsugu's disciple and started using this place more often. Fujine hated me for that for a while. Anyway, there's only one thing I do here. Training to be a mage means I can't neglect training my body. Part of the conditions of being a mage is maintaining yourself at your physical peak. When Kiritsugu was still alive, he and I sparred often. Well, more that he just kicked my ass every time, so I never really learned how to win myself. But at least I learned the difference between a fight and a battle. In other words, I learned the difference between killing and beating an opponent, and how to conduct myself in each situation. Knowledge and experience are different. Without the knowledge to know the difference, it's hard to tell if you've gotten yourself into a fight or a massacre. It's as simple as that. Learning magecraft means that there is a risk of perishing on your own, as well as the risk of having to fight. And to mages, that means killing each other. That's why Kiritsugu wanted to teach me that I must always be ready to face death. But the person reminding me of that lesson is long gone. So the only thing I can do alone is some simple exercises. Stretching, push-ups, sit-ups. It's no different than what the members of the Kyoto Club do in the morning. The only difference is in the intensity. Proč teď děláte One Punch Man training? Sakura. Good morning, senpai. Did you finish preparing breakfast already? Yeah, it's all done. All that's left to do is to set the dishes and grill the fish. Oh, I'll help. Leave the dishes to me. Sakura is clearly eager in her reply. And coming in behind the ever dependable Sakura. I smell Shiro's omelette. So he handled breakfast this morning, huh? Fujine casually heads to the table. Well, let's just ignore her for now. I need to grill the prepared fish. Sakura, use the middle set of plates. The food will look better on those. Eh? The plates with bumps on the surface? Yeah, those. Grilled meals tend not to look good if you don't plate them well. And I've already grated the daikon. Sakura reaches far to take out the plates. ... As she reaches out, I think I see a faint bruise on the back of her hand. Sakura, hold on a minute. Yes? What is it? What's that bruise on your hand? Oh. She averts her eyes, looking uneasy. Her reaction makes how she got the bruise clear. Is it Shinji again? I can't believe he beats his own sister. Shinji zemře. That's not it, senpai. Well, I got this when I fell. You know how clumsy I am. It's why I'm always falling and getting myself hurt. How stupid do you think I am? Nobody gets bruises like that just from falling. Seems like Shinji needs some sense smacked into him.
ダメです先輩。これ本当に兄さんは関係ないんです。私が一人で怪我をしただけなんですから、先輩に怒ってもらう資格なんてありません。
No, senpai. My brother really has nothing to do with this. I just hurt myself, so there's no need for you to be angry for me. Sakura falls silent. Sakura may seem docile, but she's surprisingly stubborn. It's no use saying anything to her now. Fine, if you say so. I'll leave it at that.
はい。ごめんなさい、先輩。
Yes, I'm sorry, senpai. Bráško, oni reusou spritey, dostali nedali bruise. Unplayable. Why are you apologizing? Shinji's the one in the wrong. The moment I say Shinji's name, Sakura awkwardly looks away. It can only mean he is the cause of the bruise on her hand. Shinji Mato has a bad habit of treating his youngest sister like crap. I noticed it about a year ago. Every now and then, I would see Sakura injured, and she always made excuses when I asked what happened. When I asked Shinji about it, he revealed to my shock that he had been the one who hit Sakura. I asked why, and he told me it was because she had done something he hadn't liked. I got pretty pissed off, so I did to Shinji what he had done to Sakura. We haven't been on great terms since then. Good fucking grief, damn! Hell yeah, Shiro! Senpai, have you made up with my brother? Huh? Yeah, sure. We never fought in the first place, so that's not much call for making up.
先輩にとってはそうでしょうけど、兄さんにとっては喧嘩をしたことになるんです。だから気をつけてください。
Well, that may be how you see it, but my brother doesn't see it the same way. He thinks you're still fighting, so you should be careful. Hmm? What Sakura says strikes me as odd. Be careful. Of Shinji?
はい。兄さん、先輩を目の敵にしてるって聞きました。先輩が退部するようになったのも兄さんのせいだって。
Yes, he's angry with you, and I hear he was the very reason why you quit the club. Shinji had nothing to do with me quitting. Well, he might have been a factor, but it's nothing that you should worry about. And Shinji's right. This is a little unsightly. I point at my left shoulder. There's a little scar there. It happened about a year and a half ago. Something fell on me during one of my jobs, injuring my left shoulder. I ended up with just a broken bone, but I also came away with a burn to my shoulder. After the accident, I quit the Kyoto Club. Our school's Kyoto Club, out of respect for formalities, allows students to perform sacred shooting rituals. Male students participating in this expose their left shoulder. Shinji pointed out that it may be disrespectful for someone performing a sacred shot to expose a scar, and since I was getting busy with my various jobs, I decided to quit the club.
先輩、しつこいようですけど、本当にもう弓は引かないんですか？藤村先生も怪我なんて支障はないって言ってるのに。
Senpai, I may ask this often, but are you never going to shoot again? Miss Fujimura even said your injury shouldn't affect your performance. Ha! Fujine would say that even if I had broken every bone in my body.
先輩、私、真面目な話をしているんです。
Senpai, I'm being serious. I know I should give her a serious answer, but unfortunately I can't give Sakura the answer she's looking for. I don't have time to do club activities. I like judo, but it's not something I should prioritize. So I think I'll give it a rest for a while.
しばらくってどのくらいですか？
How long is a while? However long I feel like, or maybe until it's time for you to graduate. I'm looking forward to having you look after me then, Sakura. I pet Sakura's shoulder.
私、その時をお待ちしています。
Ten fakt, že má skár na svém levém rameni, je asi fakt, který kompletně vyhodili z anime. Protože ani v jednom z Fate anime, který následují Stay Night, si nepamatuju, že by Shiro měl jakoukoliv jizvu. Nebo nějaký mark, nebo něco takového na svém levém rameni. Jako on se nějak moc nesvlíká v tom anime, ale není to nikdy zmíněný. Není to ukázaný. Já myslím, že to prostě kompletně avoidovali. Okay. I'll be waiting when the time comes. She nods so violently it looks like she might drop the plates. It's almost 7:30. Sakura and Fujine have long since left the house for their morning club activities. I went to school early yesterday because Issei asked me to, but I leave the house at the usual time today. Teď neměli jsme Isseiovi pomoct s těma hýtrama? Jesus. I noticed something strange as I walk down the hill towards the intersection. Several police cars are parked in front of a house. Something must have happened, since a crowd has gathered. There are easily 20 people watching. I'm curious, but the mass of people prevents me from finding out what's happening. I don't have much time, so I should hurry to school. Okay, nějaký asi murder. I make it to school 10 minutes before the first bell. As I cross through the gate with plenty of time as usual. Heya! Morning, Emiya. Mizutsu! I run into a familiar student. You haven't even changed yet? Mitsuzuri. Fuck! Mitsuzuri. Homeroom's about to start. You really don't have the time to say hi to me. You're absolutely right. Matter of fact, as always, Emiya. I don't know what's so funny, but she laughs heartily, not caring about her surroundings. This is Ayako Mitsuzuri. She's been a classmate of mine since we were first years, and she's currently the captain of the Kyudo club. Kyudo. She's an unbelievably insightful person, and it was expected that she would be the team's next captain since her first year with them. Mitsuzuri is a precocious sort, and people have always had high hopes for her, and even leaned on her, ever since she was a first year. Then again, she gets mad whenever someone mentions that in front of her, claiming she doesn't look as old as people think. Ona ví, ona tuší, čede. Huh? Were you just thinking something bad about me? I wouldn't dare. Just making an observation. If you wanna get angry about it, that's your call. You don't say. That may be your honest answer, but you never say out loud what's really in that head of yours. Cause unlike Shinji, you never let your true self show. Shinji? What's he got to do with this? No matter how much either of you protests, you and Shinji are friends. You're his only male friend, and let me remind you that I'm the captain of the Kyoto Club. Isn't it only natural for me to associate our club's troublemaker with our former troublemaker? I guess the Kyoto Club's got nothing to do with it, but he and I go back a long way. Huh. I see you just got ticked off. You always get frosty whenever the Kyoto Club gets mentioned. You sure had some guts. Quitting and leaving Shinji behind. You know, did you not consider how the other people you left behind might feel? Like Sakura and me? What? Did Shinji do something bad again? We never have a day he doesn't do something. But he might have gone a bit too far yesterday. He made the first year guy quit. Mitsuzure sighs gravely. Seeing her look so serious is rare to begin with, but the rest of her story is particularly alarming. What the heck? Why'd he quit? Jesus. Shinji took his anger out on him. He gathered all the female members and made the first year, who barely learned how to handle a bow, shoot his bow until he hit the target. Shinji mocked him the whole time. What? How could you let something like that happen? I would never let that happen, but a captain's got a lot to do, you know. You know very well that I don't live in the dojo. Well, yeah, but what the hell was Shinji thinking? He may be harsher than the others, but he's not the type to make someone into a spectacle. Listen to you. You're something, Emiya. What do you mean by that? Are you just thinking something bad about me? Okay, Mitsuzuri. On řekl tu stejnou věc, ale v HRPG 2. I wouldn't dare. Just making an observation. If you wanna get angry about it, that's your call. Why you using my own words against me? Fine. So what got into Shinji? Why'd he do that? I heard Tosaka shot him down pretty brutally. Tosaka? You mean that Tosaka? Do you know any other Tosakas in the school? Miss Perfecto. The second year honor student in class A, Miss Perfecto. Rin Tosaka. That's the first time I've heard that nickname. But it fits. It's no surprise Shinji got rejected. And knowing Tosaka, she probably had some pretty harsh insults to go with the rejection. Hell yeah.
ともかくシンジのやつは昨日からずっとその調子よ。
Anyway, Shinji's been acting out since yesterday.
おかげで私もこんな時間まで道場で目を光らせてたってわけ。
And that's why I've had to watch him like a hawk at the dojo up until now. Hawk 2? Shinji does have a low tolerance for something, so I know it might be tough, but good luck, Mitsuzuri.
はいはい。けどね、シンジって懲りないでしょ。また遠坂に声をかけて振られた日には、今度こそ遠坂本人に何かしそうでさ。
No game. No bitches. Fuck Shinji. Yeah, but you know how Shinji never lets go of anything. I'm just afraid he might really do something bad the next time he asks Tosaka and gets rejected again. No, even Shinji wouldn't go near someone who just rejected him. He's good about that sort of thing.
けど相手が近寄ってくるんだからしょうがないじゃない。遠坂さ、なんか知らないけど、うちの道場よく見学に来るのよ。エミヤは辞めちゃったから知らないだろうけどね。
But what if the person who turned him down comes near him instead? I don't know why, but Tosaka swings by the dojo to come watch. Ah, well, he quit, so you probably don't know that. That's news to me. But then Tosaka doesn't participate in any club activities because her family forbids it or something. She even turned down nominations to be a member of the student council. So I always thought she went straight home after school.
ま、たまにはそれもいいか。あいつもお高く泊まってるし、一度ぐらいは痛い目に遭うのもいいかもね。お気の毒様っていうか、ご愁傷様っていうか。
I guess this isn't horrible once in a while. He's always acted high and mighty, so it might be good for him to struggle for once. Sorry, but not sorry. Mitsuzuri has a weird way of looking at this. Now that I think about it, they say that Rin Tosaka has a lot of enemies. I wonder if Mitsuzuri is one of them too. Hey Mitsuzuri, that's kind of cruel even for you.
あ、そろそろ時間だ。じゃあね、エミヤ。今度私の弓の調子見に来てよ。
Oh, it's almost time. See you later, Emiya. You should swing by to see my bone work next time. Mitsuzuri hastily runs off. Classic Mitsuzuri. I never minded her just how forthright she always is. I feel a bit more at ease and head towards the classroom. Woohoo, Shkola! It's lunchtime. Our school has quite a cafeteria and most of the students eat lunch there. But there are some old-fashioned students who still bring their own lunches, including myself and the student council president, sitting in front of me.
Emiya, その唐揚げを一つくれないか。俺の弁当には圧倒的に肉分が不足している。
Emiya, can I have some of your fried chicken? My lunch is kind of lacking in protein. Fine, but why is your lunch always so plain, Issei? I know you live in a temple, but there's no rule that prohibits you from consuming alcohol or meat, right?
何を時代錯誤なことを。これは単に親父殿の趣味だ。
Absolutely not. That idea is anachronistic. This is just how my father does things.
小坊主に食わす贅沢はない。悔しいのなら己で何とかせよ、などという。いっそ今からでもテントになるか。俺も考えどころだ。
According to him, a young priest should not indulge themselves in luxuries. And if I want to complain, I should do something about it. So I'm actually considering joining the circus one of these days. Ah, that sounds like your old man. Issei's father is the priest at Ryudoji, a larger-than-life figure who's also friends with Fujine's grandfather. Anyone who gets along with old man Fujimura can't possibly be normal. Well then, here you go. You owe me. I pass my bento box to him.
いやいや、ありがたく。これも托発の修行なり。
Ah, much thanks. This is pretty much begging for alms. Issei bows deeply. I honestly question whether I should be reminded that he's the son of a priest at times like this.
あ、 そういえばエミヤ、朝方2丁目の方で騒ぎがあったのを知っているか？ちょうどエミヤと別れるあたりの交差点だが。
Oh, by the way, did you hear about the commotion at the second district? Around the intersection, the you and I part ways going home. The intersection? Could it be the same intersection where I saw all the police cars this morning?
なんでもな、殺人があったそうだ。詳細は知らないが、一家4人中助かったのは子供だけらしい。両親と姉は刺殺されたというが、その凶器が包丁やナイフではなく、長物だというのが普通じゃない。
Apparently there was a murder there. I don't know the details, but only one child out of a family of 4 survived. Both parents and the older sister were stabbed to death, but by some sort of a long weapon instead of a typical knife. A long weapon? Does he mean a sword or something? If it's a murder, then then that weapon killed the parents. Jo, ano. Správně, Shiro. Okay. I can't help but imagine it. Someone sneaks in the house late at night. Unreasonable violence. A horrible nightmare. The victim neither imagined nor wished for. Like a traffic accident. The parents are slaughtered. The older sister falls victim without knowing what is happening. A lone child, hidden in the shadows, is covered in their family's blood. Issei, did they catch the murderer?
捕まってはいないようだな。信徒の方では欠陥工事による事故。こちらでは辻切りめいた殺人事件だ。学校の門限が早まるのも当然。どうしたエミヤ？喉に飯でも詰まったか？
Doesn't look like it. Accidents stemming from faulty construction in Shinto. And now a murder with something like a sword here. It's no wonder the school curfew is, What's wrong, Emiya? Did you choke on your lunch? Huh? Nothing. Why do you ask?
いや、エミヤが厳しい顔をしていたのでな。少し驚いた。すまん。食事時の話ではなかったな。
Well, you had a stern look on your face, which surprised me. Sorry, I shouldn't bring this up while we are eating. Issa apologizes and tries to lighten the mood. I actually don't mind topics like this, and didn't realize I was looking so severe. And then there's a gentle knock on the student council room's door. Ah! Sorry, is Ryudo here?
はい。何ですか、先生。
Eh? Yes, what is it, sir? Mr. Kuzuki enters and Issei steps over to him to have a quiet conversation. It must be a casual student council matter, since Issei looks relaxed. Look at that. It's something I don't see every day. Issei is surprisingly shy. He keeps his distance from classmates and even teachers, but for some reason he's warmed up to the student council advisor, Mr. Kuzuki. Maybe they get along because they're both straight-laced? Soichiro Kuzuki is the homeroom teacher for class 2A, and he's very serious and kind of weird. Some part of that is probably why he and Issei get on so well. A taky proč žijou spolu? The two continue to talk. As I watch them, I can't stop thinking about the murder. Classes end, and it's time to go home. I can't wander around because I have work today. I shouldn't do anything at school. I should head straight to the neighboring town, but... Maybe the morning's conversation bothered me more than I realized. The next thing I know, I'm at the Kyoto Club. Ah, what the hell am I thinking? Mitsuzuri said Ren Tosaka frequently visits. Well, that, I hadn't thought of that, but I think it would be a problem if Shinji got violent against Tosaka. Shinji's unstoppable when he gets mad. Shinji lashing out at Tosaka because she rejected him would be bad. Well, I don't know exactly how, but it would just be bad. Oh. Tosaka's not even here. Tosaka's nowhere to be found around dojo. Mitsuzuri worried for nothing. Who's not here? Ah! Ty vole, ta holka z Prisma Illy je na ničem. Já myslím, že má pravdu. Já si začnu šipovat i se Shirem. Absolutní pík, absolutní homopřátelství. Teda bromance. I'm asking, who's not here? Ise, who I thought I had parted ways with, is standing right next to me. Why are you here, Ise? Don't scare me like that. I saw you snooping around the dojo and couldn't help but check it out. So, who are you saying is not here? Well, it's Tosaka. I heard she had a spat with Shinji yesterday, so I wanted to make sure things were okay. Is that so? Giving up more information than you have to is kind of suspicious for you. I only asked you who wasn't here. What? It's none of your business what I do around here. Lucky. But it's pointless, Emiya. Tosaka isn't here. She cut class today. What? Cut class? So she's absent? I see. Wait, Ise. Why do you think she cut class? That's not the sort of thing she would ever do. So true, so true. Of course she would. She's not the type to ever get sick. If you want to know what I think, she's bad. Don't let her looks fool you, Emiya. Or she'll swallow you whole. Ano, přesně. Já jdu s Issei routou. Já hituju na Issei. Somehow, what Issei's saying irritates me. I may not know Tosaka that well, but I don't know. I don't think she's a bad person. Watch what you say, Issei. You know, Tosaka's not like that. Have you got a secret crush on Tosaka too? My apologies, if so. Forget what I said. Exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. A secret crush? Like hell? Don't make assumptions. I'm just worried Shinji's going to stir up some trouble. Neboj se, já jdu na Saber tady tu routu. Takže se neboj, já mám nejlepší taste, ten nejvíc extravagantní taste. So you came here to sweep in and stop Shinji from attacking Tosaka. You really were going to take on some dirty work for nothing. It's not my place to say this, but you got bad taste, Emiya. I'm unscathed so far because nothing happened, but Issei, what was that crap you were saying?
遠坂狙いは趣味が悪いってことかい？
What? That having the hearts for Tosaka is in bad taste? Yeah, that. Tosaka's popular. I haven't heard any bad rumors about her.
ああ、聞かないね。それがまた気に食わない。
No, you haven't, and that's what bothers me. Oh no. Ta rivalita. What part bothers you?
だから全部だよ。あれは目ぎつり。女性だ、妖怪だ。
妖怪だ。
生理的に気に食わない。悪いことは言わないから、エミヤも気に入らないようにしろ。
Jsi můj bráška už několik let. Věřím ti. Tosaka je zlo! Everything about her. That woman's a vixen, a minx, a monster. Anyway, I instinctually dislike her. My advice to you is to not fall for her. You're the one who always warns everyone not to talk about people behind their back.
たわけ。これが陰口に入るか。俺は聞こえるように喋っている。
Oh, come on! This hardly counts as gossip. I'm even talking loud enough for others to hear. No wonder I sense people watching us. Well, that's a relief. I'm really glad Tosaka's absent today. I say, please, can we talk a little quieter?
エミヤがそういうのなら了解した。
If you say so. Understood.
が、とりわけ中傷していたわけではないぞ。単に竜道一世が大阪凛を警戒していると言っただけだ。あくまで個人の趣味嗜好の範囲だろう。
But I'll have you know my words are a hardly slander. I just wanted to let you know that I'm wary of Rin Tosaka. Everything I said is just my own personal opinion. Opinion. Yet you used words like vixen and minx. I'm pretty sure minx is definitely a derogatory term.
何？褒め言葉だ。
Don't worry about
常にも
shit.
妖怪にもいいものはいる。
Don't worry about it. It's a compliment. There are good vixens. Vixens and monsters too, you know. Ano, jako... Kdybych řekl, že jsou taky dobrý neg...
あくまで遠坂を表現する値として採用しただけである。
I simply use those terms to describe her in a good way.
かつ。
Issei laughs.
それではな。俺は生徒会室に戻るが、エミヤはバイトだろう。こんなところで道草を食っている暇はなかろう。
I'll see you later. I'm going back to the student council room, but you're going to your job, right? You really shouldn't waste your time hanging around here then. Issei leaves calm and composed, perhaps because he felt satisfied having said everything he wanted to say. I've known him for 2 years now, but honestly I still don't get that guy. I ride the bus from school for 20 minutes. I arrive at Tento, the neighboring town across the bridge. Oh, it's not even 5 yet. I still have some time. There aren't many part-time jobs in the residential area of Miyama, but there are plenty in Tento, since it's a developing area. Our school allows students to hold part-time jobs, so I take on simple jobs. I prefer my jobs to be physical, and the tougher and the shorter they are, the better. I get paid all while training my body, so it's like killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Today I'll work from 5 to 8 o'clock for a simple loading job. It may just be 3 hours of work, but it feels more like 6 hours, since they make you work without a minute's rest. Which means I need to rest when I have the opportunity, even if it's just for 10 minutes. Walking around aimlessly would be a waste of energy, so I decide to rest at a park until it's time. This park is nestled between buildings, and it's like a giant plaza full of trees and shrubbery. A park should typically be filled with families and couples during weekends and holidays, but this one is deserted at this hour. In fairness, this place is always desolate, no matter the day or time. This place is the same as always. I sigh in exasperation. The area is unkept, and it's really pretty ugly compared to other places that are properly landscaped and maintained. As if the desolate location had set the mood, the wind itself blows cold and harsh. This place is the remnant of the great catastrophe that happened 10 years ago. It's the very place when I was saved from the brink of death. Why don't they seed some grass here or something? It's a shame to keep it like this. The area is quite large, so if they leveled it, there'll be plenty of space to work on the park. I sit down on a bench as I think. ... With nothing else to do, I stare out over the burnt area to pass the time. I don't remember anything that happened here. The only thing I remember is that it was hot and I couldn't breathe. And that some people died trying to save others. I wonder why that happened. One adult here died because they were trying to save a child from a burning house. Another person was offered all of your available water to extinguish their raw, parched throat, while others in the same situation died. Someone here tried to flee the fire as fast as they could, but the people left behind died. And someone died here because they gave whatever it was that kept them alive to someone they didn't even know. I don't like thinking about that. Just thinking about people trying to help and becoming victims for their trouble makes me angry. Is it too much to ask for everyone to be saved and for them to get their happy ending afterward? All I want is to see people peacefully prevail. Why can't that happen? Jesus. Můžeš si nasrat Windows. Fuck off! Zmrde! That's a tough one. What you're essentially saying is that you want to save everyone. That was Kiritsugu's response to the question when a very young me asked it. As a child, I obviously refused to accept that idea. But you saved me, Kiritsugu. I knew you were a magician and you could do anything. I knew you were a champion of justice who wouldn't let anyone suffer. And you did it without asking for any reward. That's why I've always believed you managed to save everyone back then. In response to me shouting this at him, Kiritsugu looked more troubled than I had ever seen him, and said something I remember to this day. Shiro, saving one person means you don't save someone else. Listen, being saved by a champion of justice only means you're one of the few they managed to reach. It might be obvious, but that's what a champion of justice is. Yeah, I get that. And now that it's been pointed out, it seems so obvious. Imagine if there was a burglar and some hostages, and the burglar intends to kill the hostages. Under normal circumstances, a majority of the hostages would probably die. But if by some miracle all the hostages were saved, there's someone who didn't get saved. The burglar, of course, since saving the hostages was done at the cost of his life. The people the champion of justice saves are only those whom the champion of justice deems to save. This is why saving everyone is impossible. Even God can't do that. Especially if it's a natural disaster. No person is able to save everyone and everything. The fire 10 years ago was like that. As someone who was miraculously saved from the incident, it wasn't my place to say something to say anything at this point. But I still don't like it. I don't want anything like that. I don't like the idea that there's a limitation to who can be saved. No matter how impossible it may be, I need to reach out to help. I can't stand to see people around me die, like back then. If the person I am now had been dead 10 years ago, I would have thrown myself into the fire. But then I would have died, and for nothing. That would have happened for sure. Jeez, I can't even fantasize in my head. Oh, crap, I can't believe it's already 5. A bell in the distance rings, chiming 5 o'clock. I get up from the bench and hurry up to my part-time job. By the time I'm done working, the sun has long since set. It's a little before 8 o'clock. I finished about 10 minutes earlier because I kind of overworked myself. Maybe it's because I stopped by that park before work. That might have motivated me to push myself harder. At the train station, the night is just getting started. There are a bunch of people milling about and an endless stream of cars on the road. Guess there's no need for me to get something for Fujine. I walk along the path as I gaze up at a lighted building. It's the biggest building in Shinto, so I can't see all the way to the top. As I gaze at the building, enjoying the nighttime scenery. Huh? I think I see something bizarre. What is that? I stop and try to look to the very top. I squint, trying to bring what I see into focus. It's like staring at grains of rice. It looks like someone I know, but I can't think why this girl I know would have a reason to be there. It doesn't seem like she's going to do anything up there, but she's just standing there, looking down at the city as the wind ruffles her hair. She doesn't seem to notice me down below. Actually, there's no way she could see me. Even my near perfect vision enhanced with magecraft can barely distinguish what's up there. I'm able to tell she's up there because she's isolated, but there's no way she would be able to pick me out of the crowd on the ground. She's just looking down at the town. It seems like she's looking for something. I can almost feel her sharp gaze even at this distance. I forget how long it's been, but I continue to look up at the girl standing in the void. She stands on the top of a high tower. She's like a magician, looking down at the surface world, with a bright moon shining bright behind her. Oh, and then she disappears, apparently done with whatever brought her up there. The rooftop stands empty, and the scenery returns back to nothing more than a beautiful night sky. Was that Tosaka up there? I can't be sure, but I'm probably right about who it was, at least. There aren't many girls I know who stand out like her. Besides, I'm not so out of it. I would fail to notice a girl I secretly admire. It's just, Tosaka sure has a weird way of spending her time. That crocodile below. Unlike Shinto, there is no sign of people anywhere in Miyama. There is nobody around after 8 at night, and the town is silent and still. The house I saw in the morning stands across the intersection. There are no signs of life, and a no trespassing sign hangs over the front door. In just a single day, the house has fallen quiet, almost like an abandoned building. A girl and her parents were killed by a burglar. I wonder what life awaits now for the single child who survived. I bite my lip, frustrated by my powerlessness. I promised I would be just like Kiritsugu, but I couldn't do anything, even when something like this happened so close to home. I want to help people, but I don't even know what I can do. I reached the top of the hill where my house sits. The lights are on, so Fujine or Sakura are still inside. I'm home. Oh, it's just you, Fujine. Ah, welcome back, Shiro. Fujine turns towards me, munching on a rice cracker. The TV is tuned to a lively variety show. You're home late again. Didn't I tell you to come home earlier since it gets dark so fast in winter? Ten mluvit s plnou držkou je ta kanonická Fujine. I am home early. I'd work until 8, so get off my back about that. So, where's Sakura? I see dinner's already prepared.
Sakura-chan nara hayame ni kaetta wa yo. Kyou wa youjin ga aru kara atte bangohan dake tsukutte kureta no.
Sakura went home early. She said she had something to do today, so she just came and made dinner. Fujine cheerfully replies, as far as she's concerned, anyone who makes her food is a good person. I see. It's probably a good thing for now. It's been dangerous lately, so maybe I'll take over making dinner until the new school term starts. Objection! You come home so late. If you make dinner when you get back, I won't get to eat until after 10. Couldn't you just eat at home? What are you talking about? This is my home. Fujine tilts her head, puzzled. Honestly, I'm not sure if a response like that should make me happy or sad. Sheesh, fine. I know it's pointless asking you to make dinner. By the way, what's that you've got there? You didn't bring over more junk, did you? Fujine has a tendency to leave a bunch of junk. Junk here. She'll bring stuff like bowls from restaurants that are too big to be functional, and unnecessarily heavy earthen teapot or a weird guitar that plays itself. She must think this place is convenient storage or something. Show it to me. I'm going to toss it in if it's trash. This thing is just a poster. Fujine hands me the poster. It's probably a poster of some no-name singer. Let's see here. I knew it. It's a poster of a young man wearing a military uniform, smiling with his thumbs up, all in front of a cheap-looking blue sky background. The caption on the poster in bloody font. Love's lovely Rangerland. Oh no. Come to the self-defense meetup. Hey, this is a recruitment poster for a youth group. I don't want it, so you can have it. I don't want this either. I quickly rolled the poster back up and tried to whack Fujine on the head with it. Hehe, you missed. However, Fujine counters mercilessly with another poster she had been holding. Conk. A poster sword bobs me lightly. What the fuck? Shiro! Shiro! Gah! Stars. I see stars. Stars.
Shiro no ude de atashi ni ateyou nante amai wa yo. Kuyashikattara mou chotto ude o migaki nasai ne.
You thought you were going to hit me? You'll need to up your game if you ever hope to do that. That's not the issue here. What the hell does a paper poster maker sound like that? Did she manage some sort of a technique only a true poster master can execute? Jesus! Eh? Oh, sorry. My poster is a collector's edition made of fancy plate steel. Is your head okay, Shiro? Fujine, you're going to end up killing someone one of these days. If that time ever comes, it'll be good because you'll sweep in and marry me. Yeah, not a chance. I'm not marrying a natural born killer. What? I don't think I'm that violent. You would be that unaware of your actions. Pray that I survive. I'll have to be very careful from now on if I'm going to have any hopes of avoiding being murdered. Keep talking big. And now I'm hungry. Shiro. I've been waiting for so long, so let's hurry and eat already. Kdo je víc hungry? Saber, Oguricap, nebo Fujine? Ještě nějaká hladová postava, která pořád žere z anime? Puha. Nikdo mě napadá. What's up with Fujine? She must be really hungry if she's offering to help. Even if it's just help with setting the table. Fine, then you take out the plates and bowls. You can at least scoop the rice into the bowls, right? Of course I can. Hey, do you think it'll be okay if I use a bigger rice bowl? That shouldn't be a problem. Sakura's not here today, so we'll definitely have leftovers. Good. Then you and I will have matching bowls today. Fujine scoops mounds of rice into the two large bowls. Whatever, I was going to go for a second helping anyway. If I meddle in with what Fujine does now, we may really not have any dinner. Besides, this is the kind of chaotic scene dinner at my home has been for years. Another day ends. We finish our rowdy dinner, and after I see off Fujine, I take a bath. After that, I head to the shed for my daily training. I complete it as usual and then go to sleep. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. Today ends peacefully and without incident. Woohoo! Save the game? Yes. Druhý únor. Woohoo! Very long day, long night. I'm in a fire. Houses crumble and people burn. No matter where I go, all I see is crimson. This is what I saw 10 years ago. It's a long forgotten memory of the past. I run through the scenery, recreating what happened. I know it's a nightmare, but there's no way to escape. I run and run, I keep running. Every time the scene ends with me as a child running out of energy, getting rescued. Byla. I wake up, feeling wrong. A hand to my forehead tells me I'm sweating, even though it's winter. Oh, it's late. The clock reads past 6. I hear the soft sound of chopping from the kitchen. Sakura's early again. Not really the time to be impressed by what an early riser she is. I need to hurry up and get ready so I can help her with breakfast.
シロ、今日どうするのよ。土曜日だから午後はアルバイト？
Arbeito? Shiro, what are you going to do today? It's Saturday, so do you have work in the afternoon? No, not today. I might help Issei out. Why do you ask?
別に。暇だったら道場の方に遊びに来てくんないかなーって。私、今月ピンチなのだ。
Oh, no reason. I was hoping you could swing by the dojo if you had nothing to do, cause I'm kind of in a bind this month. A bind? Why?
お財布事情がピンチなの。誰かがお弁当作ってくれると嬉しいんだけどな。
Huh? Fujine, co kurva děláš? Já si myslím, že jsi součástí, no, ráda být součástí Yakuza rodiny. My bank account's hurting, you see? That'll be a huge help if someone made me lunch for a while. Yeah, not happening. It's your mess. You can afford to miss a meal or two.
で、シロには期待してないもん。私が頼りにしてるのはさくらちゃんだけなんだから。ね、さくらちゃん。
I wasn't expecting anything from you, Shiro. The only person I can count on is Sakura. Right, Sakura?
はい。私と同じものでよろしければ用意しておきますね、先生。
Yes, if you don't mind having what I have, I can make you something.
オッケーオッケー。じゃあ今日は一緒にお昼を食べましょう。
Ah, good, good. Then let's eat lunch together today. Breakfast goes smoothly. Today's menu includes the typical sides, and the main dish is braised lotus root. Is braised lotus root, konjaku and chicken. Já jsem si, že dneska už budou summerovat, huh? No je sobota. Sakura probably didn't need to make such an elaborate dish for breakfast, but I'm guessing she made extra to pack for lunch. Sakura is a member of the Kyoto Club and Fujine is the club's faculty advisor. Nobody would think it was weird for the two of them to have the same lunch.
そういえばシロ、今朝は遅かったけど何かあった？
Oh, by the way, Shiro, you woke up late today. Did something happen? Fujine looks my way as she sips her miso soup. As much as she's just kind of out there most of the time, she's pretty sharp about this kind of thing. I had a dream about the past and woke up feeling crappy. That's it.
なんだ、いつものことか。なら安心かな。
Ah, so the usual. Nothing to worry about then. It's not an interesting topic for Fujine, so she shifts the conversation in another direction. That doesn't bother me one bit. 10 years ago, I used to have nightmares a lot, back when I couldn't shake the memory of that fire. But as time went on, those nightmares grew less and less frequent, and I've gotten to the point where the dreams don't bother me anymore. I've been told my nightmares were pretty bad back then, though Fujine was already with us by then, and she's been sensitive about changes in me since.
シロ、食欲はある？今朝に限ってないとかない？
Shiro, are you hungry at all? Your dream this morning hasn't affected you, has it? Nope, I'm fine, so quit using my dream as an excuse to try stealing my food.
シロが強くなってくれて嬉しいけど、もうちょっと繊細でいてくれた方がいいな、お姉ちゃんは。
Aw, I'm happy to see you turned out to be such a strong boy, but I wish you'd wound up a little. You'd wound up a little more gentle. Right back at you. Since I'm basically your younger brother, I kind of wish you'd ended up more delicate and sweet yourself. We both huff and turn our heads away from each other. Seeing that as a sign that I'm fine, Fujine smiles in relief. Honestly, I appreciate her consideration, but I know she'll get an ego about it if I say it directly, so I pretend to grunt in protest instead. Sakura looks puzzled by our interaction. Soon after Fujine leaves, I lock up and Sakura and I leave as well. Oh, počkej, ona je škola v sobotu?
先輩、今日の夜から月曜日までお手伝いに来れません
Nebo
か？
jenom
よろしいですか？
Senpai, I won't be able to come help out from tonight until Monday. Will that be alright? That's fine. Besides, it's the weekend. I bet you have friends to hang out with. So don't worry about me.
そんな違います。そういうんじゃないです。本当に個人的な用事でちゃんと部活にだって出るんですから。だから何かあったら道場に来てくれれば何とかします。
That's not it. It really is for personal reasons, so I'm still going to practice at the club. So if you need anything, just come to the dojo and I'll figure things out.
別に土日だからって遊びに行くわけじゃないです。だから変な勘違いはしないでもらえると助かります。
And I'm not going to go out just because it's the weekend, so please don't get the wrong idea. What? Sakura's Sakura's acting suspicious, or rather, she seems nervous. I don't know why, but it's probably just that she can't come over the weekend. Got it. I'll go to the dojo if I need anything.
はい、そうしてもらえれば嬉しいです。
Yes, that would be great. Sakura sighs in relief, but the moment Sakura lowers her gaze, her expression stiffens.
先輩って。
Senpai, your hand. Sakura is staring at my left hand. I look down and see blood trickling from it. Huh? I pull up my shirt sleeve. Yep, blood. The hell? Did I cut myself with something last night? I don't feel any pain. It looks like there's a welt on my hand. The bruise stretches all the way from my shoulder to the back of my hand. It looks like a snake that's trying to reach my palm from the top of my shoulder. Well, it doesn't hurt. I'm sure it'll go away soon. I don't think it's anything to worry about.
はい。先輩がそう言うのでしたら気にしません。
Okay, if you're sure, I won't worry. The sight of the blood probably made Sakura sick, since she's keeping her head down. Dneska bych hrál, dokud nesummonem Saber, což by mělo být dneska. Japonci chodí do školy v sobotu? Holy fuck, bratře, to bych nechtěl. Bravo, oj se tak nemaj. Sakura heads to the club, while I head to the school building. The schoolyard is filled with athletic club members training. This morning is practically brimming with enthusiastic energy. But something feels strange, fake. Everything in the school is as usual. The students exercising for morning practice are lively, and the new school building is spotless. Maybe it's just my imagination. But when I close my eyes, the mood changes drastically. The building walls feel stained, like membranes have latched onto them, and the students themselves seem like empty dolls. Jo, to je Shinjo bariéra. Maybe I'm just tired. I shake my head to clear it and head onto campus. School ends early on Saturdays. Oh, the fuck is sobota? What the fuck? Classes end in the morning, but by the time I finish helping Issei, the sun is starting to set. Guess it's time to go home. I pack my bag and leave the classroom. It's coming! Oh lord, he coming! But then... Hey! You're still here, Emiya. I run into Shinji. There are a few girls behind him making a small commotion.
やることもないくせにまだ残ってたの？ああ、そうか。また生徒会にごますってたわけね。いいね、エミヤは。部活なんてやんなくても内心稼げるんだからさ。
I can't believe you're still hanging around when you've got nothing to do. Oh, right. You're still kissing the student council's ass. Look at you. You got into the school's good graces even though you don't go to any clubs. I'm not helping the student council. I'm just helping the school by repairing old equipment, since we all use it.
よく言うよ。エミヤに言わせればなんだって当たり前だからね。そういういい子ぶりが勘に触るって前に言わなかったっけ?
Řekl jsem ti někdy, jak ty mě kurva sereš. Shinji. Ty malej zmrde. Ha! Listen to you. Anything is a given, according to Emiya. Did I ever tell you how much you piss me off? Eh? Don't remember. I probably wasn't listening if you did. You said that kind of stuff all the time. Grr. Nah.
そうかい。それじゃあ学校にあるものなら何でも直してくれるんだ、エミヤは。
Huh, I get it. So you're saying you'll fix anything as long as it's something that's in the school, huh? It's impossible to fix everything. The most I can do is take care of things.
よし。なら頼まれてくれよ。うちの弓道場さ、今割と散らかってるんだよね。弦も巻いてないのが溜まってるし、安土の掃除もできてない。
Then do me a favor. Our Kyoto club's kind of a mess right now. We've got bowstrings lying around and the range hasn't been cleaned recently.
暇ならさ、そっちの方もよろしくやってくれないかな。
If you've got time on your hands, can you take care of that too?
元弓道部員だろ。生徒会になんか尻尾振ってないで、たまには僕たちの役に立ってくれ。
You used to be in the Kyoto club, so shouldn't you be helping us too, instead of just kissing the student council's ass all the time?
ちょっと先輩、それって先輩が藤村先生に言われてたことじゃなかった？
What? Shinji? Did Miss Fujimura tell you to do all that?
そうですよ。ちゃんとやっておかないと明日怒られますよ。
Yeah, you'll get in trouble if you don't do everything you were told.
でもさ、今から片付けしてたら店閉まるじゃん。そこの人がやってくれるんならそれでいいんじゃないの？
But all the shows will close if you start cleaning up now. If that guy's offering, let's just let him do it.
悪いよ。それに部外者に後片付けなんかできるわけないし。
That's kind of mean. Plus, an outsider can't possibly clean everything up.
そうでもないんじゃない？あの人元弓道部員だってシンジが言ってるしさ。任せちゃえばいいのよ。
That might not be right. Shinji just said he's a former club member. Maybe we can let him do it. The girls behind Shinji are awfully chatty. They seem to be Kyoto club members. But since I don't recognize any of them, they must be the members Shinji recruited recently.
じゃあ、あとはよろしく。鍵の場所は変わってないから、勝手にやっといてよ。文句ないよね、エミヤ。
I'm cutting on you then. The key is in the usual place, so just go in whenever. You're mine, right, Emiya? No, I don't mind. I've got some time on my hands, so it's no problem.
Thank you. それじゃあ行こうぜみんな。つまんない雑用はあいつがやっといてくれる。
Такой смердённый видим. Haha. Thanks. So let's go, everyone. This clown will do the boring chores for us.
待ってよ先輩。じゃああとはよろしくお願いしますね先輩。
Don't leave me behind, Shinji. Oh, good luck with the cleaning, senpai. I cleaned the Kyoto dojo without any problems, since I'm familiar with it. It's a big room, so it took a while, but it was kind of fun cleaning the place I used to spend so much time in until a year and a half ago. Midway through, I considered trying to shoot a bit, but decided not to. It would be rude to the owner of the bow. If I want to shoot, all I have to do is bring my own bow and visit Kirinovi. I look at the time and it's way past curfew. It's a little after 7. The school gates must be closed by now, so there's no need for me to rush out. Now that I look closely, I don't remember the dojo being so dirty before. There's dirt and grime all over the place, like behind the bow rest and the club room. Well, I guess another hour or two wouldn't make much of a difference at this point. I've already started, so I might as well clean every nook and cranny. Shiro, ty seš... Miluji tě. The wind is starting to pick up. It's so cold, my cheeks start to sting. Fuki typically isn't cold at night during winter, but tonight's certainly an exception. ... My breath fogs the air with every exhale. No wonder it's darker than usual. The moon's hidden tonight. I look up and there's no light in the sky. The strong winds send the clouds speeding across the night sky. Curfew is long past and there's no sign of life in the empty school. Not so much as a sound can be heard on campus, and it seems to be covered with colder air than any place in town. Uh-oh! Huh? I think I heard something. I do hear something. Is it coming from the schoolyard? That night under the frosty sky. I guess I just got curious about the sound and broke the hushed silence. So I headed towards the sound to investigate. I go to the schoolyard. Is that people? Jesus. Sorry guys. It looks that way, at least from a distance. It's just so damn dark. I need to get closer if I want to find out more. The sounds grow louder, more intense. I know that sound. It's clashing metal. It sounds like a fight. This is so stupid. What the hell am I thinking? I'm being stupid, obviously. Who would ever fight in the school's courtyard with weapons like that? And then, there's probably a gut instinct that sensed the danger. Or maybe keeping out of sight as I approached was just a stroke of luck. Whatever the reason, I hid behind a tree big enough to conceal me, and took a closer look at the source of the sound. There, my mind froze. What? I can't comprehend what I'm seeing. A man in red and a man in blue. The two of them are clad in armor so ancient it's several steps beyond old-fashioned. It's a ridiculous sight, but their rapid, deadly movements make clear that their fight is no joke. I don't understand. I can't even follow their movements, they're too fast. Their movements look so surreal. My mind can't function properly. The sound of their clashing weapons is the only thing convincing me the two of them are actually fighting to the death. But there's one thing I'm sure about. They're not human. They have to be something else. In the guise of humans. My magecraft training isn't why I know this. Anyone could see that these two aren't human. To start, humans just can't move like that. Nobody should get involved with whatever that is. I can feel their intent to kill, even from a distance. I'm going to die. My body instinctively knows before my brain kicks in. I just won't live if I stay here. My racing heart is proof of that. I sense they're living things designed only to kill. No knife or blade would be a match for whatever they're wielding. They are clearly meant only to kill. I suddenly remember yesterday's murders. The family that fell victim is said to have been killed by a bladed weapon. Damn! I shouldn't stay and watch another second, but I can't move a muscle. I can hardly breathe. My mind is telling me to flee, but something else tells me that it'll find me the second I move. More than any internal conflict though, I'm just paralyzed. I'm more than 40 meters away from them, but I still imagine getting stabbed in the back with that spear. I can't breathe. The sound stopped. The two figures separate and stand, facing each other. Just as I'm starting to feel a sense of relief that the fight's over, another, stronger sense of malice creeps over me. What? My heart feels like it's shriveled up in my chest. The numbness in my body turns to convulsions. I clench my teeth in an effort to compose myself. Unbelievable, who the hell is that guy? A nauseatingly high amount of magical energy flows into the man in blue. Kirinovi once demonstrated to me how to draw in magical energy from one's surroundings. It was a kind of magecraft so beautiful that it impressed even an apprentice mage like me. But this is different. The same way even the simple act of drinking water can look revolting if done excessively. The man in blue appears to be binge eating. The sight is so extreme that anyone with magical energy would find it repulsive. He's going to die. The man in red is dead meat. The tag will be infused with more magical energy than anyone could possibly defend against. He's going to die. That inhuman. Something in the guise of a man is going to die. But can I just let this happen? That question shakes me out of my paralysis. My body is suddenly free, and I take a deep breath. Who's that? The man in blue glares in my direction. The man in blue crouches in a way that tells me one thing. I'm his new target. My legs are moving before I even have the thought of running. The rest of my body finally realizes it's time to flee for my life, and suddenly all my energy is being put into doing exactly that. I don't remember where I ran through or how I got there, but I'm in the school building. Real genius here. I regret my own actions as I have huff and puff. I should have run toward town. I've got to be the world's biggest idiot, thinking I can escape by running into an empty building. A school of all places. There must have been other, better places to hide. And what the hell convinced me I would die if I didn't run to begin with? My chest burns from all the running. I turn around, but I don't sense anything pursuing me. The only sound is my own footsteps. I can finally stop. My feet can barely move another step. I gulp down long gulps of air, trying to slow my heart down, and I breathe a sigh of relief. I survived. What the hell was all that? I try to recall what I just saw as I catch my breath. One thing's for sure, I definitely wasn't meant to see that. Things that looked human fighting in the school yard at night. That's all I can really remember. But I had seen something else out of the corner of my eye. I think there was also someone else. I can't remember what they looked like though. Honestly, I couldn't afford to look at anything other than the two figures locked in combat. But finally. Guess our little game of hide and seek ends here, huh? The voice comes from right in front of me. Hey, you ran pretty far. I can't breathe. My mind goes blank. I can't think. I know that I'm going to die.
逃げられないってのはお前自身が誰よりも分かってたんだろう。何やられる側ってのは得てしてそういうもんだ。別に恥じることじゃない。
There's no way out of this. You got that right? Don't worry. It's always like this when you're about to die. Nothing to be ashamed of. And with that, he raises his spear. Sorry, kid. You're just unlucky today. But you saw what you saw, so you gotta die. No mercy, no compassion. His spear pierces my heart. I didn't even have the time to dodge. No training I ever did prepared me for this. I knew I was going to die. I knew the spear was going to impale me, but I couldn't move. The world distorts around me. My body grows cold. Numbness creeps from my fingertips into the rest of me. I cough for blood once. I felt like there should have been more, but it was just one cough. That spear must have been special. My blood slows and grows stagnant. My heart just stops, all from a single strike of that spear. Jesus. ... I can't see anything. I don't feel anything. I'm like a jellyfish floating in the dark sea at night. I stopped feeling pain long ago. The world has turned white. I'm the lone dark spot. So rather than being aware of that I died, it just feels like everything around me has ceased to exist. I know this. I experienced the same thing 10 years ago. This is what dying feels like. Dead men tell no tales, but the weak dying is just the order of things. My eyes can't focus. It's a dirty thing you made me do. After what I just did, calling me a hero seems like a bad joke. I can only hear his voice. I know. I know, I'm not complaining. At least I saw the girl servant, so I'll head back. He sounds so irritated. Afterwards, I hear footsteps fading down the hallway. Archer, huh? I want to settle the score, but I'm in no position to ruin my master's plans. Damn! My master's a nasty one. The voice suddenly disappears. He must have jumped out the window. Afterwards, the footsteps I heard earlier stop. There's an awkward silence. The footsteps again. I can't hear that well anymore. Go after him, Archer. Lancer will probably go back to his master. We need to at least find out what his master looks like. I don't know who's talking. I muster up all my concentration as my mind fades. I still can't put my finger on it. All I can hear now is the sound of my breathing. Breathing. My lungs must still be functioning. I hear a loud whistling sound coming from my mouth, like a passing typhoon. I'm impressed he's not dead yet. I sense somebody peering into my face. My breathing must be loud as the person reaches their finger out to try to close my mouth. Stop. Seriously, why does it have to be you? Whoever it is, they grit their teeth, seeming troubled. The moment I hear that sound, the person touches me without hesitation.
破損した臓器を偽造して代用。その間に心臓一つ丸々修復か。成功したら時計塔に一発合格ってレベルじゃない。
Forging and replacing an entire heart. Honestly, if this works, I should be a shoo-in for the clock tower. The voice sounds distressed. At that time, my fading consciousness finally flickers to nothing. Sensation returns to my body. Slowly, little by little, my bodily functions return, like dew drops trickling down a leaf. Drip, drip. What's going on? The person hovering over me is sweating, intensely focusing on where their hands are pressed against my chest. Next thing I know, the palm over my chest grows extremely hot. It's so hot, my corpse jolts and my cold, stagnated blood starts to flow again. Phew. I sense the person take a deep breath and sit down. I'm beat. Clink. I hear something fall.
まあ仕方ないか。ごめんなさい、父さん。あなたの娘はとんでもなく薄情者です。
Well, I guess I can't help it. Forgive me, father. Your daughter is just an extremely heartless person. That was it. The person mocks himself and leaves. My heart resumes beating, and then I finally pass out. But it's not the everlasting sleep I expected. I fall into a slumber, bound to wake again. Ah! I wake suddenly. I feel sick and my entire body aches. Every time my heart beats, a sharp pain stabs my head. What happened? My intense headache prevents me from remembering anything. My body is cold and stiff, likely because I've been sleeping in the hallway for a long time. The only thing I can figure out is that the chest area of my uniform is torn, and my blood stains the whole floor. My head feels hazy as I get up. The spot where I had been lying looks like a murder scene. Damn, seriously? Was my chest stabbed? I fight down a surge of nausea as I head into a nearby classroom. Staggering, I open a closet and pull out a rag and a bucket. What the hell am I doing? I'm still confused. I encountered something unbelievable. Then it murdered me, but here I am, still trying to clean up after myself. How stupid can I be? Damn, it's not coming out. I wipe at the floor with a rag I found. I managed to wipe off the blood despite the incredible weakness in my whole body. Then gather up everything scattered around the floor and shove it in my pockets. This may be my way of hiding any evidence. I must be doing such stupid stuff because my head's all hazy. I put the rag and bucket away and stagger out of the school like a zombie. My body heats up with every step I take. It's so cold outside that my body seems to be on fire. By the time I reach my house, the date has changed. There's nobody in the house. Sakura and even Fujina left long ago. I collapse on the floor. Lying on the floor is what lets me finally calm down a bit. I inhale deeply. My heart feels like it cracks every time my chest expands to draw in air. Actually, it's the opposite. It's not that my heart is cracking. The hole in my heart was just patched up, so expanding my chest opens the wound. So I really was almost killed. That's also not true. I wasn't almost killed. I was killed. But someone saved me, and now I'm alive. I wonder who it was. I would really like to thank them. If they were in the area, it means they could be involved with the people fighting. But it still doesn't change the fact that they saved me. So I need to thank them properly one day. The moment I drop my guard, the pain returns. At the same time, nausea strikes me. I stood up to hold the nausea at bay. I place my hand on my bare chest where the uniform is torn. I might have been saved, but my chest was, as a matter of fact, pierced. That feeling. The agony of the spear tip piercing my chest isn't something I can easily forget. Damn, I'm going to have nightmares about this for a while. When I close my eyes, I feel the spear thrust again. I try to shake that delusion off, and I make every effort to regain my composure. Good. I'm calming down. This must be thanks to my nightly training. My thoughts clear as I take slow, deep breaths. The fever and nausea abate a bit. So, about what happened. The man in blue and the man in red. They looked human, but I don't know. But I know they're not. They looked human, but I know they're not. They could have been ghosts of some kind, but I've never heard of ghosts having forms that allow them to interact with the humans like that. And the thing was talking, which makes it a little harder to believe it was a ghost, if it had a will of its own. From what I've heard, the only spirits that possess physical bodies are the elemental types. I thought elementals didn't look human. Well, that's not the issue here. There's a more fundamental issue. Those two were trying to kill each other, and there was a robbery and a murder at a house nearby. Eerie stuff like that has been plaguing Fauně lately. With all of this in mind, the only conclusion I can come to is that the situation is out of my control. If only the old man was alive right now. I guess that was kind of whiny, but I'll put it down so the patched up chest wound. But I'll put it down to the patched up chest wound that still feels so raw. Idiot. I've already decided to do whatever I can, even if I don't understand what's going on. I can complain later. First of all, I need to decide whether I should get involved or not. Huh? The bell on the roof of the roof. The bell on the roof of the house rings. No matter what anyone says, this house is still a mage's house. A bounded fear is set around it, and if there's ever an intruder in the area, an alarm rings. A burglar at this hour. I berate myself for my own idiocy. Of course it's not a burglar. Given the timing, right after that weird incident, it's definitely an intruder. It's no burglar, it's an assassin. They're here to take a life, not property. Because that man said to himself, "You saw what you saw, so you gotta die." The house is dead silent. That same murderous intent I felt at school creeps closer through the hushed darkness. I gulp. A chill prickles like needles along my spine. It's no illusion, and it's not my imagination. I know that the moment I leave this room, I'll be stabbed again. I desperately try to contain my scream. The instant I scream, the assassin will just leap right in and kill me. And it would just be a repeat of what happened before. I'm not prepared, and I'm going to be impaled again. My breathing grows labored as soon as that thought grows in my mind. I'm mad. I'm mad at myself for being afraid. I'm mad that I've put myself in a situation where I'd so easily lose my life after it was saved earlier the same day. I grit my teeth and hold my hand tight over my wounded chest to restrain myself. I need to get used to this. This is the second time. This is the second time I'm about to die. That alone motivates me to not die so pathetically as last time. Am I not a mage after all? If I can't even defend myself from this, what were my 80 years of training for? Fine, bring it on. I'm not going to agonize over complicated things anymore. Right now I just need to drive away whoever's here. I need to find a weapon. I may call myself a mage, but the only thing I can do is reinforce something that might work as a weapon. You need a weapon to fight, after all. There's plenty of things that might work as a weapon in the storehouse, but I'm not anywhere near there. If I leave the living room and get ambushed, I'm just going to expose myself and it'll be a repeat of what happened earlier. It won't be easy. I've got to find a weapon here. Something long and thin would be good. My opponent's weapon of choice is a spear, so a knife would be all but useless. A wood sword would be best, but I obviously don't have one just lying around. Something around here that might be suitable as a weapon. Whoa. There's only the poster Fujina left. I can't help but feel utterly dejected. But the desperation makes me all the more determined. The situation's so bad I can't really get any... It can't really get any worse. Then all that's left for me to do is to move forward until I have no energy left. Brace on! I speak my incantation and I inject magical energy into the rolled up 60 centimeter poster. I try to imbue as much magical energy as I possibly can into the poster to solidify it, since it needs to work as a weapon to go up against that spear. Composition. Analyze. I focus my consciousness. Magical energy permeates the poster as if I'm staining its fibers with my own blood. Composition. Reinforce. I feel that I've hit the end. Right before magical energy spreads throughout the poster and spills out, I say, Trace. Off! I cut off my connection with the poster. I tremble with excitement. The poster is hard as steel. Its weight remains the same as before. It's turned out great for a hastily improvised sword. I did it. How long has it been since my strength in magecraft succeeded? My magecraft hasn't worked ever since Kiritsugu died, and so for it to succeed at a time like this seems ironic. Either way, now I may be able to defend myself. I at least have some discipline in swordsmanship. I grip the poster with both hands and stand in the middle of the living room. If I stay here, I'm dead. I don't think I can make it outside the mansion either. So I just need to head to the shed and make a stronger weapon there. Ooh. Just as I start trying to hype myself up, every hair on my body stands on end. I'm not sure when he got in, but the guy drops from the ceiling straight towards me. Oh, huh? A silvery flash strikes my head from above. I can only assume he came through the ceiling and he descends on me, meaning to skewer my head. Why you? I roll forward in a frantic dodge. The man lands with inhuman grace as I clumsily roll out of the way. I stop myself quickly and get to my feet, makeshift sword at the ready. The guy. Ooh. The guy turns lazily, looking bored. You're making this whole thing kind of a pain. I was trying to be nice, thinking it would hurt a lot more if you saw me kill you. He shifts the spear to his other hand in a slow, fluid movement. I don't know why, but he doesn't seem as aggressive as he did at the school, which might give me a chance at escaping him.
一日に同じ人間を二度殺す羽目になるとはな。いつになろうと人の世は血生臭いということか。
I can't believe I have to skill the same human device. Guess the living world is a meat grinder, no matter the era. He's complaining to himself like I'm not even here. I slowly retreat back out of the room. Only 3 more meters until I reach the window. I'll run out. Then it's only about 20 meters to the shed once I reach the yard. I should quickly. See ya. Don't wander around anymore, kid. He says it almost absent-mindedly, like it was just an afterthought. Gah! Pain shoots on my right arm. It all happens in an instant. He thrusts his spear forward, not even giving me time to react. I should have died for a second time right there. The makeshift sword in my hand spared me that fate. Stay night. He probably thought I had just been holding a rolled up paper. He struck as if I hadn't been holding anything at all. But the reinforced paper sword deflected the attack, so it only grazed my arm. Huh, interesting trick you've got there, boy. His expression goes blank. His casual attitude from earlier vanishes entirely. He watches me now like a feral animal and eyeing its prey. Crap, I was clearly wrong, thinking things would be okay. This thing before me is some kind of a demon, unbound by logic. I keenly realized that letting my guard down even for a second was beyond ludicrous. That's right. Desperate as things are, I should have just made a break for the window right after whatever miracle let me dodge a strike from above. I thought you were just some kid, but I can sense a bit of a magical energy from you. So that's how you're alive, even after I stabbed you in the heart. Huh? The end of his spear points towards me. I can't block that. There's no way I'll be able to block that swift attack. I could have at least braced myself if he had a sword, no matter how fast he might be with it. But he's holding a spear. A sword is a whole line, but a spear is only a point. How am I supposed to block a point? I can't even see how fast it moves. Fine, I'm going to have a little fun. The man drops into a lower stance. In a flash, the spear swings in sideways. I instinctively parry the blow aimed at my face. Ugh. Good boy. Come on. Here comes another. It's a cyclone. I'm not sure how he's moving his spear in this small room, but it traces a beautiful arc without even touching the walls. Ah! The next swing comes from the opposite side, aiming at my torso. Gah. The force of the swing bends my makeshift sword as I try to parry. Monstrous! Is that a hammer he's swinging? Damn, the numbness in my arm is telling me that they might be broken. Why you? I instinctively swing my sword. He must be mocking me with the way he keeps flickering his spear at my sword without drawing back at all. The numbness creeps into my arms after going on the attack. My makeshift sword bends even more, and the man's spear changes trajectory slightly. You're hopeless. I gave you an opportunity to, but you wasted it. Then again, I guess expecting a good fight from a mage is asking too much. He moves like this is just a game. Such confidence. He had been letting me take a swing at him after he took a couple shots at me. I wasted my one opportunity as nothing more than a stopgap. So he sees no point in continuing this. What a disappointment you turned out to be. Okay, time to die, kid. The man readies his spear again. Don't jump to conclusions during that microscopic opening. Say what you want, dumbass! I don't turn back to look, I just leap forward. I just leap backward through the window. My back shatters the window and I roll out into the yard. I roll a few times, spring upward and... Ha! I blindly make my next move. I twist my entire body and swing behind myself. I manage to bat the man's spear aside and he hesitates for just an instant. I knew it. If I jumped out the window, he was going to have to chase after me. And he would catch up to me and go in for the kill before I had the chance to get up. So I expected his fatal blow and swung my sword to the side with all my might. It was a risky move, yet he would have killed me if I had been even a second late. I would have been just as dead if I was early too, but knowing the incredible gap in our skill, I figured there was no way I could have been early. The only thing I had to do was to get up as quickly as I could and parry the attack I knew would be coming at my back. The gamble pays off and my swing deflects his spear. Ha! I quickly reposition myself. Now I just need to run to the shed while he's still confused. Fly. Huh? He's not holding the spear anymore, and he's right in front of me. He turns on the spot and in a roundhouse kick. Scenery goes flying by. My chest goes numb where he kicked me. I can't breathe. The biggest surprise, I'm actually flying through the air. I never thought a guy kicking me would send me into the air like a damn ball. Gah! I fall hard onto my back. I slammed into a wall, the impact likely breaking my back, and slide down to the ground. Ugh. I can't breathe. My vision blurs. By a stroke of luck, he has thrown me into the shed I wanted to reach. I lean against the wall, trying to rouse myself. I tried to track the man with blurry eyes. He kicked me nearly 20 meters away. That guy picks his spear up and rushes straight at me. Gah, I'm going to die. There's nothing I can do now. He's going to reach me. If I don't want to die, I need to get up and parry his hit. The tip of the spear surges. I can't even look back at him. My body on the verge of collapse practically greased the spear. Get on your feet if you're a man. What dumb luck. My knees give out. I can't hold myself up. The spear goes over my head and I violently impales the shed's heavy door, pushing it open. Ah, this is my last chance. If only I could get inside the shed. There should be something I can use as a weapon. Ugh. I crawl into the shed on all fours. Just then. This ends now. He launches the spear at me. Damn you! I block it. I open up the rolled poster to create a single-use shield. The impact makes a dull sound. The poster unrolled probably isn't as strong. It blocks the spear but it tears apart, returning to a normal bit of paper. The spear's impact flings me against the wall. I fall on my butt and try to get my heart beating again after it feels like it's trying to quit on me. The moment I raise my hand, I grab something to use as a weapon. It's over, but that last move of yours surprised me, kid. The man points his spear in front of my face. I can't do anything else now. His spear is pointed directly at my heart. I know this feeling. It's the scent of death assailing my nostrils, reminding me of the pain I felt a few hours ago.
しかし、わからねえな。起点は聞くくせに魔術はからっきしときた。筋はいいようだが、まだ若すぎたか。
Honestly, I don't get it. You're quick with it, but your magecraft's complete shit. You've got potential, but maybe you're just too young. I don't hear the man's voice. My attention is focused on the weapon pointed at me. Obviously, the moment he thrusts, I'm dead. What else is here to think of at this point? I doubt it, but maybe you were the seventh one. Either way, this is the end for you. His arm jerks. I wasn't able to see his movements earlier, but now I see every last one in slow motion. There's a bolt of silver light. The tip seems like it's being drawn towards my heart. Blood will gush from the wound in just a second. I know this feeling. That sensation of iron piercing my body. That taste of blood that will well up in my throat. The feeling of the world around me fading. I experienced all of it earlier today. Now I'm going to have to experience it again? Really? I don't understand, but why do I have to be the one who goes through this? This is bullshit. No, I can't die in vain in a place like this. I was saved. If I was saved, I can't just die like this. I need to live to fulfill my obligations. I won't be able to do that if I'm dead. The spear is still going to impale me though. The tip will tear through my flesh, breaking my ribs and bore into my heart. I'm mad. It shouldn't be so damn easy to kill people like this. I'm going to die and it's bullshit. I'm going to die twice in a single goddamn day. Everything is fucking bullshit. I'm going to die and I didn't even have the opportunity to be afraid of this whole goddamn mess. No way in hell. I'm not going to let myself die senselessly to the likes of you. Nah? It's absolutely the right word for this moment. What? Like magic. A figure appears out of a bright light shining from behind me. I can't think. All I know is that the figure is a girl. I hear a high-pitched sound, and the moment the figure appears, it pushes aside the spear pressed to my heart, and steps between me and the man without missing a beat. Are you effing kidding me? The seventh servant? He tries to regain his composure after his spear is pushed aside as the girl brandishes something in her hand. Sparks fly, hard metal clashes, and sparks fly again. The man stomps his foot after blocking the woman's attack. He must have realized he's at a disadvantage because he leaps out of the storehouse with bestial agility. She must intimidate him, but she quietly turns towards me. The wind is strong today. The clouds slide away and the moon shines through for a brief instant. The silver moonlight shines into the shed, illuminating the girl who appears like a knight. I'm speechless. And it's not because I'm confused by all the things that just happened. The girl before me is so astonishingly beautiful that I'm at a loss for words. The girl's eyes, like precious jewels, stare at me without emotion.
私のマスターか。
I ask of you, are you my master? Her voice sounds so valiant. Master? I can only repeat her words back to her. I don't understand what she's saying, nor do I know who she is. All I know is that this slender, delicate-looking girl is similar to the man outside. She says nothing, continuing to look at me in silence. I don't know how to describe her. She's special, so special that I forget entirely about the man outside, even though he might attack at any moment. Time seems to have stopped. Even the fear of death I had felt moments ago vanishes, and there is only the girl standing before me.
サーバントセーバー、召喚に従い参上した。
Servant Saber, I have come in response to your summons.
マスター、指示を。
Master, please give me your orders. It's the second time she speaks, and the moment I hear the word Master and the name Saber, echoes in my ears. Ugh. Pain shoots through my left hand. It's hot, like being branded by an iron. I unconsciously press the back of my left hand. Taking that as a sign, the girl silently nods her beautiful head.
これより我が剣はあなたと共にあり、あなたの運命は私と共にある。
Henceforth, my sword creates your destiny, and our fates shall be intertwined.
ここに契約は完了した。
And thus, our contract is formed. What contract? For what? I'm still a mage in training, so I understand what those words mean. But the girl doesn't respond to my question. She simply looks away with the same grace she had shown when she nodded. She turns towards the shed's ruined door. Outside, a man readies his spear. She moves faster than expected. The girl in knight's armor leaps out of the shed without hesitation. What? I forget about the pain I feel, and I get up to follow her. She can't possibly go up against that guy. No matter how heavily armored she is, she's smaller than I am. Stop! The echoing clang drowns out my words. Oh, I can't believe what I'm seeing. My head really does go blank this time. Who the hell is she? The clash of swords echoes around me. The moon slips behind the clouds and the yard grows dark once again. And within the darkness, sparks fly as steel strikes steel. Without saying a word, the spear-wielding man meets the girl who leaped from the shed. She parries his spear and knocks away his other successive attacks, driving him back with each attack. I can't believe it. This girl, Saber, is somehow overpowering the man. The battle has begun. What happened between that man and I earlier doesn't even count as a battle. A battle, that's a fight between two people, each able to kill the other. No matter the difference in ability, it can still be called a battle as long as both are able to kill the other. In that sense, these two are fighting a battle. No wait, ale nová epizoda Live League vypadá mega good, doufám, že umře ten zrzek na nějakou spíru nebo něco. Jo, počkej, to už je po smrti, tu už máš saber. Yes, sir! The man attacks her, swinging his spear so quickly, I can't even see his strikes. Somehow, she parries his every attack perfectly, with something as she closes in on him. Damn! The man backs up slightly, clicking his tongue hatefully. He holds his spear vertically to ward off her attacks on his side. Yes! For a moment, His spear glows. His attack almost looks like it caused an explosion. Chat, ty lži, Ponjolda, vypadají weird. Fuj, musím se napít. Mám už jenom 4 minuty. The man's spear sparks as if electrified every time whatever weapon the girl is wielding strikes it. The man and I both could tell what it is. It's furious magical energy, so dense it can actually be seen. Her attacks are charged with incredible amounts of magical energy. The unbelievable amount of magical energy crackles along her opponent's weapon every time they make contact. Čet, doufám, že ten muž modrých elastiácích umře. The sheer force of her attacks must be staggering. If the man's spear strikes are precise like a sniper rifle, her blows must be like the overpowering blast of a shotgun. Jediná universal konstanta je, že modré elastiáky musí být zničeny. Each of the girls ta piče, já se nemůžu fokusovat. Each of the girls' attacks bathes the yard in flickering light. And yet, that's not what's overpowering the man. Coward! Why are you concealing your weapon? The man curses at the girl as he evades her unrelenting attacks. She doesn't respond other than to step up her attacks with her invisible weapon. You! The man retreats, having hardly so much as a chance to counterattack. Her weapon is invisible. Invincible? Season 4. Without being able to determine the weapon's range, you'd be reckless to go in for an attack. That's the trouble with an invisible weapon. But she's definitely got something in her hand. I can't make out anything of its shape or length. Maybe it's transparent to begin with. No matter how many times sparks fly from it, I never get a look at the weapon's profile. Invincible trash, not gonna lie. Stejně jak Alien Earth. Actually? Já nevím, já jsem nečetl ani neviděl ten seriál. Takže já fakt nevím, jestli je trash nebo goated. Parrying her strikes must be taking a lot out of the man. His movements aren't as sharp as they had been. It's the first sound the girl makes. She attacks all the more furiously. It's a merciless, unyielding dance of blades. Je to mega woke. Oh. Viděl jsem 2 seasony. The flying sparks remind me of a blacksmith striking iron, and the spear-wielding man continues defending himself as he disapprovingly clicks his tongue. Honestly, I can't help but to admire the man, even though he tried to kill me. He's able to defend himself from an invisible weapon, relying only on reading the girl's wings and footwork. A cartoon je hodně horší jak komiks, co jsem viděl online. A jestli jsou totálně... Jo, to jsem viděl, ty animace. Ty jsou docela cheap. But that's all he can do. When an opponent is so completely on defense, the only thing you need to do is beat them down. The girl steps in closer. She smashes down, striking with all her might. Don't get carried away, fool! Seeing his chance, the man disappears. Or rather, he retreats back as if to disappear. Do Ponjolda, peace. OK, já ukládám. OK, čere, uvidíme se na dalším streamu za 2 měsíce. Goodbye. Jsou nějaké věci, které musím vidět. A to jsou Coilovy umyté momenty. Doufám, že jste si užili stream, čede. Uvidíme se zase někdy. Bye.